here with more Empyrion, Galactic Survival. And yeah, so welcome back. And this is in the Alpha 3.6.1 build. And so yeah, we've been going through, and some of the problems that I saw with the configuration and specifically for the button maps, what it looks like happened was because my previous save game was using a non-standard configuration. When they update it to 3.6.0 or 3.6.1, I'm not sure where, because I didn't actually do anything in the 3.6.0 build. They tried to revert all of the configurations to the default, and I think what they ended up doing was appending in the new defaults on top of the old configuration map. So instead of having it be an option of using this button or this button, it actually became this button and this button. I've gone through, and I have actually changed some of my configuration. Everything is mostly working as normal now. I still don't have the ability to aim down the iron sights for some reason on the pistol. But yeah, so what I wanted to do is I've actually done a little bit more exploring. Let me show you what we've got. We found an iron deposit over here to the, well, relative to east of where we are currently. It's a size 4. I've already mined it out. It was only about 164, 165, something like that iron, which is currently processing in the crafting station. The other things that we found last time, you know, we have a couple of the one cobalt, like 3 of the copper. We've actually found half the copper on the planet in this one area. 2 of the silicon and 1 Promethean. I have not gotten down to the Promethean yet, and I will need to get there probably between this episode and next episode, maybe sometime after Wednesday. I'm not sure yet on how everything's going to work. So yeah, it may be Wednesday or Thursday before I get down there. But I'm going to do most of the mining off camera, simply because you've seen it, and with as much of it as I've done, it's not really that interesting anymore. So I'm just going through and clearing stuff out. The size 4 iron deposit is already gone. I completely mined that out. So I am also planning on coming down to the I think it's a power generation POI that's down here, so I'm probably going to take that over and potentially use that as my first base, because with the way that things are set up in this build, it's looking like I'm going to have a little bit more trouble getting a lot of the basic resources together this time. Once I have that secure, what I'm thinking is I'm going to take over this island here. Let me zoom in. It's fairly rocky, but there's enough of a smooth, flat area that I can build on to start the base, and then what it'll allow me to do is to actually tunnel into the ground itself and expand the base that way. Since all of my bases in Empyrion have been surface and space based, I'm thinking I actually wanted to try a subterranean build this time. We'll have just a very minimal landing area on the surface, and then we'll have an elevator that goes down into the planet itself. And that allows me to do this without having to worry about water level. And at the same time, it should hopefully, if I build enough of the island, it'll keep the random creatures from spawning. So that leaves me with basically a very secure area, and I don't have to worry about the plant monsters and stuff coming in. The only thing I'll have to worry about are the drone attacks. So that's the short and medium term plan. One of the things I did want to do is show you, since we were talking about the tech tree, I've actually got a couple of levels, so I've got some points to spend. One of the things that has changed is on the inventory screen. You now have your level indicator telling you how much XP you have, how much is to the next level, and what your percentage of progression is. You can also go into your tech tree from here, and as you level up, I am currently level 4. I have 45 points. I have not unlocked anything. Or I should say I have not purchased anything. Anything that's 0 points, you automatically acquire the ability to craft. So that was actually a good thing. I am kind of curious about this, the large fuel pack. It takes 3 times the pellets, but I'm not sure how much power this thing is, or if it's specific for certain energy systems. So the other piece that I want this, the H2O2 generator. This is the upgrade for the oxygen gen, obviously. And what this allows you to do is it actually creates hydrogen, and hydrogen is your alternate fuel source. So even if you run out of Promethean on a planet, once you have the ability to craft this, you drop it into a body of water, and it starts producing tanks of hydrogen that you can use to create fuel as well. I'm not sure how that actually plays into everything, because, let's see, do we have it in here? That's literally all of just the interior block. And thankfully all of the actual blocks and crafting pieces that you need for base building or ship building are all cost 0 currently. So you get them as you hit the levels that are relevant to them. I do need to hit level 5 before I basically can start building any real base. What I'll end up doing is creating just a regular flat floor plan, and then we'll start building from there. Having all of the silicon so close together, or such a large portion of silicon so close together, means we'll actually be able to build a lot of the lighting and system and window systems very early, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. So we have the drill. I need to actually. What's funny is they start you with a drill, but you have to. This should have been a 0-pointer, honestly. The work lights, which everyone really likes because that opens up so much of the area for lighting, are going to be a few levels away. And I think once I start building the base, I will gain XP much faster. So we'll see how that goes. But what I need is this. I want to unlock the assault rifle. Mainly because of the fact that with the drones, this will allow me to actually get in there and start clearing out the drones, as well as, you know, being able to secure the bases a little bit easier. So level 5 is when we can actually start building. Let's see, generators, fuel tanks, oxygen tank, and it's on the back door. So yeah, it looks like level 5 is about where we can start really building the real stuff. The large constructor. We can build the food processor. I do need... So I do need that. We will need that. Small generator, obviously. Lights, obviously. And a fridge, obviously. So just at level 4, I have basically enough... you need that just for the medic station. I basically have just enough points to get started on the base, and so it is going to be curious to see how this progression continues. Let me go ahead and get out now that we have daylight. I did put one of the work lights down so we could see at least the ship at night, but because of the fact that you now have to level and purchase the schematics for certain things, it's going to be interesting. Okay, so we can build this. What do we need? We need electronics. How many electronics do we need for that? We need 1 electronic. That's easy. So we get 1 electronic. We will build this. So we have exactly 5 metal components. And then for this, we need metal pieces and magnesium powder. We have magnesium powder. We need the metal pieces. What is it, 5? So they haven't changed the resource components. We're going to build, I don't know, 5 of these. Right, because each one of these is 1 reload. It gives us 5 reloads. You know what? Let's go 10. And queue up 10 of those. Let's turn the ship on so that we can start our system production. And yeah, so this is basically where we are right now. Like I said, I'm kind of worried about having so much resource in this one area, because that tells me that either the rest of the resource is scattered all over the planet, or we're going to have another cluster like that, which means I'm going to be spending a great deal of time just looking for the resource areas. Normally that wouldn't be a problem, but in the particular case, this is going to probably be an issue. Mainly because of the fact that that's the only iron deposit I found out of the 6 on the planet, and it's already destroyed. So I have a really bad feeling that a lot of the iron on the planet is probably going to be under size 5. It's going to be like size 4, size 5, maybe size 6. If I can find a size 8, that would be ideal, because that would give me enough to build a big enough base and a resource pool that I could actually start building like the SV and HVs. But I do think it's going to come down to a very real juggle between what is most important on this one. But we'll see how it all plays out. Okay, so let's see where we are on the build. So we have our rifle, yay. That's a good thing. And we are probably another 2 or 3 minutes away from the ammo being built. And what I want to do is once the ammo is built, I'm going to go ahead and do a cut. When the ammo is built and we are on our way to one of the bases, hey! You're lucky I don't have ammo for my assault rifle, you Triceratops. Look at that. How rude. Hey, quit knocking my ship into the water. You dork. You better be glad you're a multi-ton creature and I only have a small pistol. Wait until I have ammo. I'll come back and show you. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do a cut. I'm going to head over to one of the bases, and when I get back into range on the base to start the combat, we'll come back, and that way you'll be able to see what's going on. Alright, so from here, I will be right back. Hi all, and we're back. So as you can see, I've gotten close enough to the base to be able to tell the type and have it show up on my marker, as well as found out that there's actually quite a bit of resource in this area. So I do think this is going to be a base that I take over. I did bring my core with me, and as you can see, I've got a little bit of food that I picked up along the way, as well as the ammo. So what we're going to do is we're going to do the Special Forces insertion technique. We're swimming. And that looks like that may be a couple of drones over there protecting the cobalt deposit. And we're going to have a couple of drones on the base as well. So what I want to try and do is see if I can bait a couple of these guys over so that we're able to engage them one at a time and hopefully not take any damage doing it. I know that's a pipe dream as far as I'm concerned, but you know, never hurts to try, right? Alright, so let's go ahead and throw a little bit more food on there just in case. How far out are you? You are 350. So we need to get a little bit closer because I think the range on my current rifle is 200. Oh, and there's a Promethean deposit? Yeah, we're taking this base. Oh, hello. So with the new drones, where you want to aim is actually at the top of the drone. And what that does is, as you saw, it kicks the drone upwards to keep it from shooting at you. And if it is target locked on you, it will help break the target lock, so you don't have to worry quite so much about being shot in the face by the minigun. So, which is always a good thing. You don't want to be shot in the face with a minigun. You would think that would be common sense and common knowledge, but surprisingly, there's quite a few people, and myself included, who continue to get shot in the face with miniguns in this game. So you guys are actually far enough away that you might not be an issue while I'm taking this base. Now, those plasma cannons, on the other hand, those are going to be an issue. How far away are you? You're still 300 out, so where did the other one go? Looks like they're guarding the Promethean. Yeah, there's a bunch of drones over there, so we're going to leave those guys alone. Let's see how close we can get to this base before it starts shooting at us. Because, you know, plasma is the second biggest thing that I don't want to be taking shots in the face from. Hi, how are you guys? See, I was hoping to be able to get close enough to disassemble those things, but you don't get any resources from them. I just don't really want to be spending the resource to shoot. Wow. I forgot how tough these things were. just like real life, you want to, you know, exhibit fire control, fire discipline, because the more that you fire, the wider your spread dispersal becomes. And if you can fire too much, you end up actually wasting ammo. So, controlled bursts. So we got rid of the big guns, which means it'll be safer to bring the... Once we have the SV repaired, it'll actually be somewhat safe to bring the SV over. See, those drones are grouping up over there. That's not a good thing. Alright, so now we know that there's going to be anti-personnel weaponry probably in the immediate area. Of course, I'm not seeing anything, and I can't imagine they only had one drone guarding this base. That just seems to go very much against everything we've seen in this game to date. So, let's see though. We might be, maybe... But we do know that there's going to be guns inside, so... The question is there one directly behind the door? Yep, there's one directly behind the door. Okay. So we know there's one there. Oh, come on, get up there. Stay on the stairs, please. Yep, so there's one there as well. Ow. Okay, so not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be damage-wise. Ah. Okay. So now the question is there are there? Yep, there are. Really want to be able to crouch in this game, you know? Let's see, can I? There's entirely too many guns in this place for... Alright. Nothing directly above us? No, okay. And this is why we brought the disassemblement tool. Because what we're going to do... Nothing in there, right? Okay. We are going to take that. We are going to take that. And it should have added some parts for us. And we're going to take this apart. Because this is one of the easiest ways to get some of the advanced materials that you're going to need to build, to basically build the same thing. So, and we're going to need this stuff when we get into our own base. So, the Estrium and the power coil, which actually uses Estrium, are some of the most valuable things that you can get on this planet right now. Because the only way to get it is to head over to, for the Estrium, I believe that's over on Nemetz or whatever, the ice planet. Ooh. Nice. Resource supply. Very cool. Okay. And we're going to take the door apart because, well, this gives us the materials to go build one for our own base. So we're going to take these apart. I do like the new graphics. Some of the new models, like the alien containers, much better than what they used to have. Of course, it doesn't look quite as alien as the old container does, but you know, I'll take it. I don't remember if you get parts for these or not, but I'm hoping you do. And I've already started getting some spoiled food, which is good. This is I'm down here. Let's get the food items in one location, so I'm not forgetting about them. Makes it a little easier to find them when I need them. And speaking of eating, let's go ahead and eat. And since we are coming up into the night hours, I am going to go ahead and call this episode here. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did enjoy it, make sure you hit that like button on the way out. It's always good to know if you're enjoying the content or not. For the new people who haven't yet subscribed, or the old people who haven't yet subscribed either, I do ask that you consider subscribing simply because it does help the channel to grow, but it also lets me know that you are enjoying the content enough to want to see more of it. So, yeah. There's an added bonus that when I do go do the live streams on Friday, either here or on Twitch TV, it will give you a note. You'll get a little email saying and a notice on the you will get a notice letting you know that I have started going live. Oh, hey, you shot my food. It will give you a notice letting you know that I have started broadcasting, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. But on that note, I am going to get out of here. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your week. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to throw it down in the section below any of the videos. I do my best to reply in a timely manner. If I don't get to you, though, please keep in mind I probably just ran out of time. It's nothing personal. And yeah, so with that, I'm out of here. I hope you all have a great day, and as always, take care and be safe out there.